Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Beirut, Lebanon. It's the FIBA Asia Cup, the Group B game between the Philippines and Iraq here on day 4. Well, if there's one thing that these two teams have in common, it's they won their opening day games, and now they're going to square off against each other. So it's a battle of 1-0 teams going head-to-head. And we'll get a look at the standings and also the schedule of play. Here's the result of the first day. China winning 92-67 over Qatar. Then it's going to be India, Jordan, followed by Syria and Iran. And the one thing I would say about the Philippines and Iraq is these two teams really came out and entertained on opening day. China have moved top after their first win. Philippines will leapfrog them into first if they get the win, or Iraq will leapfrog them and go first if they get the win. Qatar, well, they're kind of in rebuilding mode, and they're at the bottom. So I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by Mick Beck. And Mick, first of all, just let me say I'm glad you're here beside me today. It's good to have your words of wisdom, as always. And what can you tell us about this game before you give your greeting to everybody?
Well, thank you, Jeff, and good afternoon, good morning, good whatever everybody is in the world. You see the Filipino team there. Great to see them the other day beat the Chinese in game day 1. They're ably supported by a good 30 to 40 Filipino fans behind the bench. The Iraqi team coming on here, they were the big surprise for me. Obviously turning over Qatar. Qatar maybe a little shell shock coming into that game. We saw against China, didn't really perform through 40 minutes, and that's how Iraq find them as well. Good little game on here. I'd love to watch the Filipino team play. They are very exciting guard play. They've got some bigs inside that can go to work. And this Iraqi team will get stretched, no problem at all today. And they'll have to come and find a little bit of extra if they want to pull off their second victory of this FIBA Asia Cup.
Well, good afternoon, folks, from Beirut anyway. It's afternoon, and it's the FIBA Asia Cup, day 4. It's Iraq getting ready to face the Philippines. And the Philippines, they're like rock stars, aren't they? I mean, they've got their fans following them and cheering them on wherever you go. And really, none of them are bigger now than Terrence Romeo after what he did to China the other day. He really did put on a huge performance. You can see Calvin Abueva coming out. He was ejected from the other game. And this Gilas team, are they going to come out and mean business today? Well, we'll talk more about that after the playing of the national anthems for both of these teams.
Number 34, Christian Carl. Number 35, Matthew Witt. The coach, Reyes Vincent. Assistant coach, Reyes Joshua Vincent. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the national anthem of Iraq. contestants for the game are Rabah Jain from Lebanon.
So the national anthems have been played,
from Japan.
and the teams retreat to their bench. And Mick, I'm just going to turn it over to you for a second as we meet the referees and also look at the squads.
Najim, Katayose and Jones from Lebanon, Japan and New Zealand will have their in charge of today's game. There's been some exciting games in terms of emotion. This will be interesting too, because I think the Philippines always bring that element of excitement and panache to the hardwood in terms of the way they play. And I'm not sure how many of these Iraqi players will have played against a Filipino team before, but they're going to find out in 40 minutes what Filipino basketball is all about. As you're going to see a fairly dynamic team. If you haven't seen Iraq play before, they're fairly good. They got the one naturalized player. We'll see him introduce Kevin Galloway in a minute on the lineups as we'll get them to you. There's Iraq there. 9's Galloway. Watch out for 15. Mohammed Al-Kafaji and his backup Ali Hamid. They offer much in terms of extension and athleticism in the paint for Iraq, and were instrumental with Al-Kafaji hitting 10 points in his 19 minutes and 5 rebounds. So Galloway, Al-Jabouri, Talib, Al-Kafaji there at 15, and Talib was the last one up. As for the Philippines, well, there's a whole host of players there that got involved against China, and no more than Terence Romeo at number 2 there had a beautiful game, 26 points in total, ably supported by the likes of Jason Castro with 13 points as well. So Norwood William, as Jason Castro is known, Aguilar, Stan Harding, who was outstanding too, and Matthew Wright, who hit 12 points and 2 3-pointers. Chot Ray's head coach there, Jeff, knows full well about the pressures of coaching the Gilas Pilipinas. There's much expectation back home.
Hey, can I just say, Mick, what I was really struck in the press conference. I got to sit next to Terence Romeo and Chot Ray's, and I was really struck by how soft-spoken and humble Terence Romeo was after completely lighting up China. I mean, not an arrogant bone in that young man's body. You see Mustafa Darren, you got to really tip your hat to him for the performance he had the other night. I mean, you're only as good as your players and how hard they play, but it certainly seemed like they had the right game plan against Qatar.
Yeah, absolutely. And to me, the likes of Syria, Iraq, the fact that they've produced a team here in terms of what's going on back home, and
yeah,
cannot be
amazing.
easy. Amazing, yeah.
Gabe Norwood, born in my home state of North Carolina, Fayetteville. That's a little known fact that I bet you didn't know. How good were all those guys the other day? I mean, they were terrific.
Hit 10 of 17 from the three-point line, Jeff. 22 of 38 from inside, and only missed 5 free throws out of the 27 they took. Just a perfect game.
I mean, Matthew Wright, he was lighting it up, wasn't he?
Toronto boy. Yeah, very good. Exciting player. Chot Ray's few moments of contemplation ahead of this one.
And you were talking to Christian Carl Stanhardinger, the naturalized player, before the game. Maybe you can share some of that conversation with us later in the broadcast.
Yeah, and he adds much beef to this team in terms of power under the hoop. And Iraq will have to match this toe to toe. Stanhardigan's on the. If you look at the matchups, the lineups here, Stanhardigan's gone to the small circle. Now adopts the big circle. Oh, they've gone to the small circle again. Every game so far, everybody stood on the big circle. Now they're going in.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Beirut and the FIBA Asia Cup game between Iraq and the Philippines is underway. And Kevin Galloway looks on in bewilderment at something at the opening tip. The ball goes over to Gilas, is what they call them. And now a 5-second violation. They didn't inbound the ball.
Gabe Norwood's just having a word with Castro, and Castro say, yeah, you're right, but just let's get back on defense here. Let's think about the next play.
They just wanted to start on defense. Well, this Iraqi team played with a lot of emotion in their big win. And we'll see if they have the bright start. Of course, it was Ismail that started very well.
Yeah, he shot well, didn't he, to begin with?
Oh, and he gets rejected. Shot clock winding down. Al-Jabouri. And Ismail gets it back and draws the foul. But how about the shot blocking master, the Black Party, Japeth Aguilar?
Yeah, he just came in there, and Ismail just put it up there for him to block. Here's the foul from Stan Hardinger.
Look at
just
this.
reaching from behind there.
Oh, we should have seen the block.
Yeah, we didn't see that. That wasn't a block time.
Well, pass over to Galloway. Good. How good is he? I mean, I don't know if he's going to play as well as he did the other day, but I have got zero complaints about what he did in that opening game. He was terrific.
Absolutely right. He was 5 of 5 inside the arc, Jeff. Had a great second half.
Stan Hardinger. Ismail pulls up. And Gabe Norwood. Now Jason Castro over to Matt Wright. Matthew Wright drives in. How about that from the Bonnie?
Yeah, tough work from Wright there. Could have gone up with his left hand, but I think he may have thought that it might have got blocked, so he just arced it up off his right hand.
And now the pass gets away from the big fella, Al-Kafaj.
Yes, it was Hussein Talib that dumped it down to Al-Kafaji there, Jeff. It just didn't get the right angle, did he? Didn't read the defense.
Jason Castro, and his pass intercepted.
Al-Jabouri read that well, didn't he? Little lackadaisical here, Philippines.
Galloway gets a good look, misses, but Al-Kafaji there for the offensive rebound and put back. Don't mess around with these Iraqis, Philippines.
Well, Al-Kafaji spends a lot of the time on the floor, doesn't he? He gets knocked around a bit. He gives his body up for the team. Watch this offensive rebound. There's the pump fake. Gets Japeth Aguilar in the air. Clear contact. Well, this Filipino team better not take this Iraqi team lightly.
Oh, he was short. And Norwood has it. And look at Castro William get inside, misses.
Yeah, Castro so unfortunate there. Got all the way to the hoop. Little flick shot. Just came off the rim the wrong way slightly.
Right. A little bit short. Gabe Norwood kept it alive. Castro William bounce pass. Stan Hardinger. Well, he was going in. Al-Kafaji stepped in front of him.
Uncompromising defense there from Al-Kafaji.
Yes, it was. That's a good word.
Al-Kafaji?
You're a wordsmith, aren't you?
Wordsmith, I'm not.
No, the uncompromising.
Uncompromising.
That's not. I don't think Al-Kafaji is a word. Is it? Does that qualify as a word?
I'll be known to make up a few words, Jeff.
You couldn't play Scrabble with Al-Kafaji.
Jeff, I was rebounding for
okay, here we go.
Christian Carl Stan Hardinger, and this is the reason why he's making these free throws here.
Why?
Well, because I was rebounding for him. There you see. Just getting a few pointers.
You're giving him some good karma.
It was, yeah.
He makes both the former Hawaii Rainbow Warrior. Al-Kafaji, step back. It's good. Look at the emotion.
Points the finger to the air and salutes the 20 or so fans seated behind that Iraqi bench.
More than that.
25?
Pushing 30. 27 maybe. Bounce pass, Stan Hardinger. And he is fouled.
Nice little dump off too for Stan Hardinger. Won't get the shots because he was passing it, but very smart ball player.
Now I want you to mull on this as Norwood inbounds it. You've seen the Philippines in 2013. We saw them at the FIBA Basketball World Cup in 2014. They're in the final in 2015. Are they a better team now than they've ever been? Castro Williams' shot is out, and here comes Galloway. You can tell us when we get a dead ball.
Yeah.
Al-Jaburi gets in the paint. Oh, nice little nifty pass over to Ishmael, but Ishmael starting cold by comparison to the other day. Castro Williams. And he's not going to miss that. He is absolutely a terrific basketball player and shooter. Timeout, Iraq. So tell me about this Filipino team.
Okay, so I saw him in 2013. World Cup 2014. I didn't get there and see them there, and I saw them in last summer at the OQT. So where have they improved? If you say the one team's better now, you perhaps do a disservice to the greats of Jim Alapak, L.A. Tenorio, Gary David, all these legends that have come and gone and not experienced this new era of mega TV all around the world, because those teams were good too. Where I see this team has made improvements, Jason Castro now is coming onto this stage as being a true great. And can he make that next step at the next level, the World Cup level? I'm sure he can. Look at the young guns coming underneath. Terrence Romeo, what a great game he had the other day. And I saw him play last summer, mano a mano, against Tony Parker, the great Tony Parker. And he didn't back down. He was a thriller minute in that tournament, the OQT. They didn't quite manage to pull it through. But so this Filipino team is just now building on the great promise of previous great teams. So to say they're better than the other teams, this team has to do something first. Because that team made the World Cup, didn't they? Enough said. And did well.
Okay, well, let me just put it to you like this. I was curious if you thought they were better now
And that's the
compared to
question you asked.
2013.
I don't think so yet. So I guess I should just come up with that answer, shouldn't I?
Oh, beautiful pass inside to Galloway, and he posted up.
Well, we haven't seen that from Kevin Galloway at all, have we? Nice little move coming out the time. That's excellent coaching out the timeout.
I'll tell you one thing right now. Galloway, for me, is, I know it's going to be difficult for him to make the all-tournament team, but he is good. And the foul, because you're going to make the all-tournament team, the likelihood is your team has to get to the semifinals.
Gabe Noah just got up and shook his head, Jeff. I'm not sorry he got up and said, no, he didn't foul me, or what? You'd love to see that again. So I wasn't listening to what you said, Jeff. Sorry.
How good is Galloway? He's just.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. Great frame for the game, hasn't he? He's a real well-built specimen.
I think it's always difficult to compare eras.
Yeah.
So to compare the Philippines now to the Philippines of the 70s, I think maybe you can compare like over the last 10, 15 years.
Well, now you're going into difficult territory because they've got such a great history of basketball. So now when you start comparing who's better than who,
yeah,
I think
that's true.
you're in dangerous ground there, because that argument will never be made. And convince everybody.
As they get better, here's Galloway. Up that time.
I think the competitions they're in now is better.
That was not maybe a good play by Galloway, and now Wright goes down. The world has changed a lot. You've got the former Yugoslavia is now several basketball-playing nations, which the old Philippines never would have had to have come up against. And Al-Jabari could not bring it across midcourt in time.
Yeah,
the proof is there. And that referee that made that call is one of the best referees that I've seen this summer.
Oh, who's that? Which one?
The one on the left. Najib, is it?
Take your word for it.
I'll tell you when we get the stat sheet, because I don't have his name. Stan Hardinger. They're not going to count that.
Here's the replay of the foul. And that'll be 2 on Al-Kafaji. And the coach, Mustafa Dirin, will not be happy about that.
Well, we saw his backup come in the other day and was terrific. Talib fouls Japeth Aguilar.
It's a good move from Aguilar, Jeff. A couple of dribbles off his left hand to the middle, big spin. He's got such long levers.
And this is who we're talking about. Ali Hamid comes in for Al-Kafaji.
He's a bit of an inspirational character. Here's the spin. Goes a long way with that spin, and Talib just leaves his hand where it don't belong.
Yeah, great call. He came down and actually raked him across the left hand.
Well, that crowd is getting bigger behind the Gilas bench, Jeff. A few late arrivals.
Well,
Romeo's getting ready.
Aguilar. And look at that free throw shooting. 5 of the 6 for the Philippines, and now they're in the lead. That's going to be a tough matchup for Galloway, being guarded by Norwood. Here he is. He's going to put it up. And now...
You'd be happy with that if you gave Norwood.
Yeah, I'm just about to say, as Talib hits the jump shot. We've been singing the praises of Galloway, and he can't all of a sudden decide he's going to start going all out. It's a couple possessions in a row now.
Yeah, and Galloway got an easy 2 on a post-up. They've not been back there again, have they?
Yeah, I don't think they could stop him if he gets it down there. 3 seconds.
Looked like it, yeah.
Look at Galloway. He is really into this, isn't he? Stan Hardinger comes out. Almathan comes in. Terrence Romeo comes in. Roger Pagoy comes in. I hope we see Calvin Abueva come in. I don't know why I keep thinking Carlos.
Yeah,
I hope
absolutely.
he comes in because I want to say something.
Well,
I got a good look at the video evidence about the provocation that he received the other day. And there you see the miss by Galloway. And again, Nick, I think Galloway's starting to, you want to make a few passes, don't you, every trip down?
Yeah. I'd still think get him in a post up inside, get a mismatch inside maybe. Is Romeo going to work?
There's Norwood. Good! Gabe hailed for his defense. Gabe Norwood shows he's got some range. There's Abdullah, handed off. Abdullah really come out firing the other night in the second half. Ali Hamid. That was a tough shot.
That's where they got him hands down there. The Philippines played solid D for 20 seconds.
Nice pass inside to Almathan. And he double dribbled.
That's tough, unlucky. I thought Almathan did really well. A nice feed from Romeo.
What I wanted to say is we look at the replay here. Good no-look pass, and Almathan wasn't quite ready for it. Galloway spins, passes back outside to Talib. That's perfect. Talib misses, but he's able to get the ball back. And the long shot again, the long rebound. Hamza. Ooh. And he misses. So dangerous moments now for Iraq. As the Philippines threatening. Oh, intercepted by Galloway. Terrific play. Look at this. He senses the opportunity. What a pass from Galloway. That is what you call A-star material.
Yeah, absolutely. Wonderful work from Kevin Galloway. And Jeff, he goes back to the fact that he's not interested in scoring, just playing the team game. which is really at this national team level is the only way you can play.
I love watching his eyes on defense. Look at him. He's reading the game. He's calling out the orders. Look at that. Gets the rebound. Now he's going to push it again. Here he goes. Galloway. All the way down and draws the foul. And if he plays like this, they're going to have a chance.
Yeah, absolutely. He's just getting into the open floor, the broken play, and he is dominating right now. The Philippines are falling into the trap of not being able to make jump shots. Therefore, they're playing on the back foot the whole time. The waiver comes in, Jeff, with Carl Cruz.
So let's just get this out of the way. Abueva the other day ejected from the game after a headbutt on League N of China. And we were pretty harsh on the headbutt. There's no place for it. Doesn't matter what happens that precipitates it. You can't go up and headbutt somebody. But without question, he was provoked.
Yeah.
We saw it
Yeah.
from League N. And so really, my only thing was perhaps 2 players should have been ejected.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. Yeah, I agree with you, Jeff, because
so he's not the only guy that
takes
should have
2 to
come out.
tango. Yeah, and sometimes the referee sees the reaction, not the action.
You can understand, let's put it this way, why he got upset. And look at the bounce pass. Terrence Romeo. And the pass goes out of bounds. 6 on the shot clock. And Mick, you played long enough to know there often there will be players that will do something, they'll get away, and the referees might just see the second thing.
Yeah, they see the reaction, don't they? The reaction to something that's happened, rather than the action, the initial action.
And that's what happened the other day. So for those Filipino fans listening, I hope that's made that clear from our standpoint, how we feel about it. And the foul committed, is it by Hamza on Pagoy?
Yeah, I think it is, yeah. Well, looks like it's Abdullah, Jeff. Hassan Abdullah, number 7 for Iraq. He's just going to take a seat for his sins too.
So he did commit the foul because he raised his hand, but he wasn't close to the shooter.
Just took one for the team, maybe. Interesting game we got bubbling here. Iraq behind Kevin Galloway. Without Galloway, they're a different prospect, but with Galloway, they're definitely a very interesting team.
Yeah, it's not to say the other guys aren't good, because they are, but he brings that little bit of quality.
Yep, and they
need.
Yeah,
they seem to feed off of it.
Yep.
Pagoy misses again, and Ali Hamid goes up for the board, and Ali Hamid has that look in his eye again that he had the other night against Qatar.
Such an enthusiastic player, isn't he?
Look at him setting the pick. Now he's going to roll. Galloway's going to pull up, and he's going to stop. He's going to pop.
Jeff,
Galloway.
He's not missed a 2-pointer yet. That little 15-foot jump shot belongs to Kevin Galloway. He's playing really well right now.
Romeo gets inside. And Talib over to Galloway. He's going to make the play. Look at this. Spins. Takes his time. What would you call him? A point forward?
Yeah, absolutely. He's got it all, hasn't he?
Look at that. The shot from Galloway. Galloway shows the way. Do you believe Iraq? Maybe, just maybe. You might be off to something special today. It's a 5-point lead over Gilas. Roger Pagoy. Oh, no, that wasn't. Excuse me.
Carl Cruz. Number
Cruz.
4, yeah. Just off the bench and just drops a tray.
What an answer. Galloway. Ali Hamid. And they're going to hold. He's got to shoot it. And he missed it. Not having as much success from three-point range, but nevertheless, you can't fault his effort. And with that, it's Iraq leading at 19-17 over the Philippines.
Look at those numbers there, Jeff. 1 of 7, the Philippines inside the arc. They've hit the 3 threes. Probably the only thing that's keeping them in the game, along with the free throws. So Iraq are really behind 11 points out of the 19 for Kevin Galloway. That is the only shot inside the arc there that they've made the whole game. From Matt Wright at the very start of the game. Wright with a 3 followed up. He's got 5 so far.
You know, Mick, we really like it. The way of the world now is that people are involved in other ways, not just watching it, but participating in terms of social media. So if you go to hashtag FIBA Asia Cup 2017, you know that you can send your tweets or your messages, whatever, out there. And boy, that thing is flying right now. You know the Philippines are playing. There's a lot of activity on this, on the hashtag FIBA Asia Cup 2017. And one shared comment that I've seen several times from the Filipino fans is Galloway, a huge problem for Gilas.
Yeah, be interesting. You know,
can he do it for 40?
Galloway all of a sudden is becoming more of a factor now. In some ways, Jeff, that might play into the hands of the Filipinas, because Galloway was at his best the other night when he was just biding his time. Now with 11 of 19 from him, his little penetration from here, and very direct penetration too. There might be an element of Galloway says, I need to do more and more and more here, instead of just involving the team as usual.
Oh, the soft touch, look at that. His confidence, Ali Hamid, he's an unrecognizable player from the first half the other night against Qatar.
Well, and they're the buckets that, if you're a Philippine fan, they're like, oh no, if those things go in, we are in a bit of a game here. Oh, Cruz again, Jeff.
The three-pointer, he has come right out. Cruz. Well, Cruz is in control. And what an alley-oop pass from Galloway to Ali Hamid. These two guys playing right on cue. Saw the shooting percentages there. That graphic. What a game we've got here. What a game at the FIBA Asia Cup. Romeo. And look at that. Hamad takes it right away. And then Talib is fouled from behind by Calvin Abueva.
Great hustle from Abueva to get back there, because there was immediate danger. Not sure what happened to Roger Pagoy. They had the ball just stripped out of his hands. Ali Hamad is in the game. He's just inbounding here, number 10 for Iraq, with the face guard.
There's another great comment. It's only a matter of time before Galloway's shoulders start to break down from all of this carrying. In other words, he's putting the team on his back. Look at him. Passes over to Abdullah. He's distributing the ball pretty well. And the ball goes out of bounds.
Nice play from Romeo, but I thought it was a good play from Hamza too. Maybe have deserved a foul with the bump on Romeo, but referees are happy to let it go.
Now, the referee I was talking about, who's done such an excellent job, as you look at Talib here.
Good hands from Romeo there.
Yep, quick hands. The referee is Rabah Nujaim from Lebanon.
Okay.
He's actually on the baseline now. He's done a great job. And beautiful play by Abueva, but then the shot from Al-Mathan is rejected by Ali Hamid.
And Hamid gave a bit of extras too.
And another foul, the reach by Abueva.
Look at the way Galloway gets in close and penetrates. The ball goes low to the floor. He gets his body down low. It's very difficult to dislodge him from that sort of stance.
Like Abueva was saying, watch the elbows to the referee.
Well, you know, he said that the previous offense with guarding Galloway. Now Norwood's going to guard Galloway.
A return, and Ali Hamid, look at him, goes back and gets it. Galloway this time misses a little bit of everything. And Abdullah, couldn't quite save it. Great hustle, great effort, both teams. Pass inside, and Stan Hardinger loses it. Oh, look at Ali Hamid go up for the block. Oh, but that time he blocks it off the backboard.
Wow, he's everywhere, isn't he?
We're going to just have to rename him the Rim Protector.
Legal and illegal. Nothing's coming in. Everything was right on that play. Karl-Heinz Steininger just fumbled the pass. Pogoi couldn't finish off, and then you can see the illegal tip there from Ali Hamid.
Al-Jabouri guarded by Terrence Romeo. Hamad off the back of the iron. And that was Roger Pogoi with the rebound. Norwood misses. Boy, Carl Cruz was wide open. They didn't get him the ball after those two. And Romeo fouls to stop the break.
Yeah, Norwood slaps the stanchion. He knows full well he missed a chippy there. That was wide open. No defense around him. Got to bury that. Here's the foul from Romeo. Quick reach for the ball. He's going for the ball. No problems. Didn't make much contact, did he?
You know, that was Abueva's third foul. Did you mention that when he went to the bench?
No, I didn't. No. It was,
that was a big.
That's tough for Abueva, really.
He's had a tough start.
Yeah.
Tough start to the FIBA Asia Cup. Can only get better. Oh, what a play. Oh, unlucky.
Just a little too high for him, wasn't it? Hanging around, he wasn't sure how to time that jump.
And Al-Jabouri really trying to hound Terrence Romeo.
Well, Romeo's got some serious handles, but he misfired there slightly. Very fortunate not to come out of that without a steal against him.
Boy,
goes behind the back, just fumbles it slightly, and Al-Jabouri.
Nick, you just get the impression that an entire nation in the Philippines is watching this basketball game.
Yeah, and they want this. They want a result quick here.
Romeo a little bit too long.
Can't quite get the Jays going, can they?
Abdullah gets it over to Al-Jabouri. There's Galloway again. Oh, he's going down the paint. He puts it up. Oh, he's going to be mad that he missed that. Nevertheless, earns the trip to the free throw line. What a contest. What a contest.
Yeah, they're going to have to sort that out. I think Norwood gets beaten. I think he thinks the pick and roll's going one way. Gets beaten to the middle. No help coming from the far side. In some ways, you're going to have to get down there and somebody take the charge.
Galloway. He's had a good run before with Iraq. We didn't know if he was actually going to be here with this team. But, you know, he played at the Asia Challenge in 2016, the WABA Men's Championship earlier this year, averaged 22 points, 7 rebounds.
Did he play in
5 assists.
Did he play here in the Lebanon last year?
You mean with the national team or with?
No, club team.
Oh, I see. The drive. Oh, and another block from Ali Hamid, the Sultan of SWAT. And the miss and the follow. And right now, Iraq, look at this. What is Norwood saying to the referee?
Well, it's a tough call. He's blocked the shot. That's what he's saying. This is second foul. You see.
He thought he had all ball.
Well, you've got two defensive specialists, Abueva and Norwood. They're going to play against Galloway, and between them, they got 5 fouls. It's not a great situation.
You know, Galloway, I'm reliably told, played not for the elite in Lebanon, but the second fringe. Played second fringe. I'm not sure what that means. But yes, he was in Lebanon. Oh, Galloway missed both. 29 years of age from Fresno, California.
Oh, it's a crossover, isn't it?
Carl Cruz steps in, and Galloway with the rebound. He could finish with a triple-double tonight.
This is the best game. We only see him play two, but this is far better than the other night, Jeff. I thought the first half the other day he wasn't as too much pass.
Oh, the ball goes out of bounds, back over to the Philippines.
Galloway's turned around and said that came off a Filipino player. Well, Jeff, you look at the scoreline, Philippines 3 points down. They're not playing that well at all. So in some ways they can thank their stars that they're only 3 points down. They only got a chance to get ahead before the break.
I'll tell you, Mick, it's impossible not to like both of these teams. They really do entertain, don't they? Look at Romeo, gets inside, misses, but there's Stan Hardinger for the rebound. And Galloway, Stan Hardinger wanted the goaltending. I think he's got a point. And Iraq push it all the way down. Shot raised. It certainly looked, from my standpoint, that it was goal interference. And look at Galloway.
The referee's saying it was on the way up when he blocked it. Jeff, I've got a feeling they're right.
Look, watch this.
No, it's happened before this, you see.
Oh, yeah.
This was the aftermath of Hamad laying up.
His passing is sublime. Even that was a no-look pass.
Well, you talk about 0.4 position, and that's exactly right. So he can play the four, but he can get out in the break. Here we go. Here we go. Watch. I think that
Watch.
Hamid gets this. There, you see.
Did it graze the backboard? I think it grazed the backboard on the way up, though.
No, I think he got a tip to it.
Did he
to
before?
tip it over the backboard,
Okay.
over the rim. Yeah, maybe get it from a different angle.
You've got those bifocals which allow you to see better than I do from where you are.
Yeah.
My eyes are blurring a bit. Philippines have called timeout. 27-22. Iraq are quickly becoming one of the stories of the FIBA Asia Cup. Al-Khafaji is so important to this team, but Ali Hamid has just been so good.
He was inspirational the other night, wasn't he, in that victory? And it came out of nowhere, Jeff. Today,
If you ask me, he's pushing all tournament ornaments right now. It's just the way he's going. He's
Yeah.
that good. Here he is. Oh, look, past Terrence Romeo. And Stan Hardinger looked like he kind of rushed his shot.
don't think he wanted to get blocked, did he? Didn't want to spend too much time hanging around and the ball in his hands. Just flicked it up there. Yeah, one-on-one here, Galloway. Oh, we'll have a piece of this, he says.
Galloway, and again. And this Iraqi team has grown in confidence before our very own eyes.
Yeah.
And before your eyes as well out there. You have to remember, in that first game against Qatar, they were kind of feeling their way through, and they just continue to grow in self-belief. And the question is, how many minutes can each of these guys play, especially Galloway, because it looks to me like he's crucial.
What did Galloway put in the first game? We thought he was going to be close to 40 points, didn't we? 40 minutes, sorry. Yeah, he did play 40 minutes. So are we seeing a player that's going to play every minute of every game he plays? Possibly.
He's struggling at the free throw line, though. He's missed 3. Is that symptomatic of him not getting a breather?
Yeah, possibly. I think he'll. I'm sure when you play that many minutes, you just pace your body through the game.
He's one of these guys that he's looking for a game, isn't he?
Yep. Anywhere, it's like
got a 72-hour basketball marathon. You bring a team, he'll get a team, and he'll show up. He'll play. He's a basketball junkie.
Yeah, anytime, any place, anywhere.
Jason Castro back in the game. Cruz Rims
Oh,
out.
what a rebound. What a rebound from
flew in there.
Aguilar.
What was Ali Hamid doing? He was standing there ball watching. Aguilar drives in. Oh, that was big. That was big from Japeth Aguilar.
Well, you know, doesn't Aguilar give you something different? A little bit of je ne sais quoi, because he'll go and get rebounds, put the ball on the floor. He's got length and he's got athletic ability. Now there's a big one-on-one here.
Galloway and gets the foul.
Wow, that's bailout time, because there's no need for anybody to really block this shot. If he makes this shot, he makes a tough one, but
yeah,
somebody's reached at the last minute. I don't think Aguilar gets this foul, does he? No, he does, yep.
Yeah, it was him. Question is, would he have made that shot?
Exactly. Good foul.
He's missed 4. He's missed 4 today. Takes a deep breath, makes the second. 29-24. You know, as long as you play hard with intensity, you play on this end of the floor, you'll be okay. But they've left Romeo wide open.
Yeah, big problems there. Ali Hamid just screaming at Hamad to say, don't switch. You got to go and close out on that.
And the deep.
And that's the ball you don't want.
Galloway, no look. Al-Jabari for 3. And Jason Castro-William now. Right. Ooh. Short. Hamad goes out. And Hamza comes back into the game.
It's a luxury for Iraq. They can leave Al-Kafaji on the bench, Jeff, with those 2 fouls. Not needed him at all since Hamid's come in and does such a great job. Yeah, that's a foul against Hamid here. Just over exuberant on setting the screen. Big moving screen.
So another chance for the Philippines to tie it or take the lead.
Al-Kafaji comes back in. I'm not sure I agree with this, Jeff, because if Al-Kafaji was to pick up his 3rd foul in the next 2 minutes 53 seconds,
he feels like his offense has lost its mojo, doesn't he? Look at that turnovers, 7-5.
yeah.
7 for the Philippines. But do you do it at the risk of picking up your 3rd foul? And especially the way he plays, he can certainly collect those fouls.
Well, a 1-3-1 zone here for Iraq. I haven't seen that before. You know, if you're Philippines, you go right at him, don't you? Try and pick up that 3rd, but I'm not sure who on the floor knows he's got 3 or 2.
I bet you they all know. Here goes Aguilar. He's going to set the pick. Romeo again. And Aguilar goes up. And Al-Kafaji, well, he didn't get it the first time, but then after the miss, he got it.
I don't think...
and now Galloway pulls up.
Go back to 7-4, Jeff. I don't think they do know he had 2 fouls.
Castro hands it off, and he goes for it there, and now we've got a tie game.
Nice move from Cruz.
And a technical foul. Oh no, timeout.
And the Gilas behind the fans out. I mean, that group of fans has really grown about 100, 120.
Look at Castro. Well, what precipitated that was a 3 attempt from Galloway immediately, like 3 seconds into the shot clock.
Yeah, and that's where you don't want to go down the road. You know, Galloway's got 15 for the game. He's still got to play within himself.
If you're fast breaking and you're getting up a quick shot, fine. But otherwise, I'm not sure it's in Iraq's interest to play that quick.
No.
Yan! Huwag kayo dyan! Dapat lahat in the paint, Okay, now, ball in the air, then close out. Now, when the sun goes up, box out.
Remember, Boyeva out of the game right now with 3 fouls. Norwood has a couple. Stan Hardinger has 2. Japeth Aguilar has a couple. So you could almost go after Aguilar and try to pick up his 3rd.
Yeah, absolutely. Good defense from Romeo here. Just adding a bit more pressure. Same with Cruz on Cruz has got Galloway now. That's interesting. See if Iraq make any use of that.
Hamza into Al-Khafaji. Oh, turn, puts it up. Oh, great block. But you know what? We were just talking about it.
That could so easily have gone against Japeth Aguilar in terms of foul, couldn't it?
But he goes straight up that time and just got all ball. Terrific block. Not in this house, he says. Shot clock winding down. And Wright reaches in and commits the foul with 4 seconds on the shot clock. And that is, they're saying he was shooting. No, wait a minute. So, oh boy. Hansa's not playing great tonight. That was the 15th foul. That's why he's at the line.
Yeah, they might look back in this game and look at the number of free throws they've missed, and it'll be
alarming.
Not make pretty reading, no.
Wow. He just has not brought his shot tonight, has he? And now Matt Wright. Good! And to get us Pilipinas fans stand up in unison. Well, in fact, they've never sat down. They're going nuts behind the Gilas bench. Hamad. And again,
super rebound from the big man.
This game's starting to slip away here a little bit for Iraq at the end of the first half. They got to be careful.
You know, and you put Jason Castro in the game along with Romeo, and you've got a good combination at guard. Al Jabouri and Terence Romeo just getting to know each other a little better. Al Jabouri's foul. There's the foul. Al Jabouri just, what does he do? Just hangs on a bit.
So Romeo goes out.
Jalalon's in the game, 6 for the Philippines as Romeo's replacement. Here he is.
Here's Wright. Oh, Galloway couldn't take it off of a big play by Galloway, but then the point guard Al Jabouri had it knocked out of his hands. Al airball, bad luck, and they're fortunate that Aguilar missed the shot. Galloway pushes it, hands it off.
What a pass.
Oh, what a play. What a play by Galloway, just taking it right to the rack.
How about that for a pass, Jeff? That is just outstanding from Galloway. He doesn't stop, does he? Just relentless.
Castro brings it across midcourt. And goes right down the lane and is rejected by Al-Khafaji. It's a block party. We've got a lot of blocks today, don't we?
We do indeed. Those two inside for Iraq are something else.
Castro says, that's okay, I'll step outside and take the three. But then the ball falls.
Great work from Jalalon. Get in there and get the offensive rebounds. He turned it over now. No, it should go to the Philippines. Here's the block shot here from Al-Khafaji.
Oh, get that out of here.
Buwan ng bola, Japeth. Japeth, turn. Okay, Okay, Gio. Get the ball here. Down screen, Matt Kraus. Okay, pop out, back to Jason. And then double screen for Matt. Okay? Okay. Catch and shoot that. And then come back on defense. Ah, let's go. Right, let's go.
And Matthew Wright again. This is Galloway has it. Final seconds ticking off the clock in the first half. Over to Hamad. And they don't have enough time. So they got a good look. But what an entertaining. I'm not sure what I think Hamza's upset that he didn't get the last look. Hamad took it and missed it. It's 32-31 in favor of the Philippines. But you got to love it, Mick. I mean, the shooting numbers, Philippines, despite their woes inside the arc, lead it by a point. The missed free throw is killing Iraq right now.
Yeah, 4 of 22 inside the arc. That's shocking. Shocking numbers, really. They've not really had the rub of the green, have they? Little chippies they've missed. Still, great opportunities, cannot finish at all. 6 3-pointers and 4 2-pointers. Tells a complete imbalance in their offense.
32-31, the Philippines on top of Iraq at halftime. We'll be right back. 32-31, the Philippines on top of Iraq. And we'll be tipping off the second half in a couple of minutes. Mick, what's going to happen here? I mean, I think we both agree that the Philippines probably will win this game, but if they do, it's not going to be easy. And certainly Iraq do definitely, they put themselves in a position here to get another big result.
Yeah, I think a lot of it depends on how Kevin Galloway plays, Jeff. There was moments of that first half, the end of the second quarter, where Galloway was feeling hot, and therefore he was taking more and more on his shoulders. And I'm not necessarily sure that's the best way with Iraq. You know, when you get to the national team level, it's more about teamwork and finding your rhythm inside the team play. But so going back to that Galloway thing, I think Philippines couldn't play any worse in terms of what they're doing inside the three-point line. 4 of 22 is nothing to write home about, and will be something that Chot Rays would have highlighted in the halftime break. In terms of starters, looks like we've got the same starters that started the game for the Philippines. They're on the floor already. Norwood to your left there, Stan Hardinger, Japeth Aguilar, there's Norwood, and Jason Castro and Matt Wright.
Okay, 32-31 here in Beirut. Second half action underway here, and just got to really tip your hat to Iraq. They've come out to this FIBA Asia Cup and been one of the real stories. The way they've been playing defense and getting after teams, and the Philippines, you know, they know they've got a game on their hands.
Beautiful
they're
look.
Going to get to the line.
Beautiful look from Mac Wright. Got all the penetration. As soon as he saw the shot blocker coming over, he said, I better dump this one off. Wrapped it around to Stan Hardinger.
Hardinger misses the first. Did you glean any more information from Hardinger before the game when you were trying to show him how to shoot free throws? Which I'm not sure he appreciated. Makes the second.
Yeah, he was just telling me how he grew up in Germany, Munich, Germany, with a Filipino mother and German father, and he's a naturalized player because he didn't quite qualify as Filipino before the age of 16. I think that's the FIBA rule.
Or he did not get his passport before the age of 16. Is that how it goes?
Yeah, I'm not sure what it was.
Well, at least he's here. Ishmael gets inside and draws the foul.
Nice move from Ishmael.
Is that Aguilar?
Yeah, it is.
That's number 3.
Ishmael got off to a big tear against the Qatar team. I think that might be his first contribution. He gets free throws here.
I'll tell you what. Sorry, Mick.
No, you go.
Aguilar is not a player the Philippines can really afford to have off the court because of his shot blocking, and now he's going to leave. So even though Norwood is out there, it might be an opportunity now for somebody to post up, and his name starts with G. And that begs the question,
KG.
Can anybody get the ball to KG? Kevin Galloway.
We were looking at his last season, weren't we? When we did play in the 11 and played for one of the top teams, Homanemetman. I think that's a lot of ease in that name. We played with Fadi Al-Khatib, Jeff, in the final series. They went to a best of 7 against Al Riyadi. They lost 4-2 in the end.
I mean, Well, as you look at Castro William, he explodes to the basket. Oh, that was on the way down.
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
I'm not sure it was going to go in, though. Al-Kafaji.
And the Galloway's completely messed up that break. It was exciting. Galloway saying throw it down. I'm not even sure it was that close to the bucket.
It's strange. It's like people look at that. Iraq 6 block shots. I didn't quite get all of that. The Filipino crowd just seems to be growing. It's almost as if people are getting off work or whatever, and they're coming to the game now. And Stan Hardinger, oh, nice play, nice penetration. They figured something out. They can get it inside. He's got 7 points, and Iraq might have to talk about this.
Snuck in nicely. Doesn't have great elevation, Stan Hardinger, but he knows how to just get the ball out of his hands quickly, use the backboard.
But can he surf? That's what I'd like to know, having gone to Hawaii.
Good question.
Beautiful pass, and Al-Kafaji goes up for the flush. And now quickly, Stan Hardinger stepped on Galloway's foot. What composure. What control from Stan Hardinger.
Could have got a foul out of that, surely.
Well, I think it was an inadvertent stepping on the foot of Galloway, but somehow he didn't hurt himself, and he made the shot. Look at that. 11 assists for Philippines, 9 for Iraq. And Galloway sizes it up. Oh, one pass too many that time. Tried to force it inside to Al-Kafaji.
Yeah, way too congested.
Out to Norwood, and the ball bounces over to Stan Hardinger. Now Matt Wright, pump fake, goes baseline, and a foul by Al-Kafaji. Can you believe it? He's picked up his 3rd foul.
Not a moment to panic though. This is where Ali Hamid's going to come straight in. Maybe might have left him out there a bit longer. Al-Kafaji just demonstrating to Ismail what he did right and what he did wrong. What should he do on the right?
He's not going to want to come out.
Which
Ali Hamid says, this is my game now.
It is. Well, he played well the first half, and he kept Al-Kafaji on the bench, protecting him in those fouls too.
Oh, look at the move from Stan Hardinger. Oh, beautiful play. He just rode that body contact, made sure he had it, and finished like a champion.
And boy, what a celebration from
this is big time.
Stan
Look at this
Hardinger.
move.
Yeah,
this is big time. He even took a shot right at the end.
Great finish. How many times has he fouled?
Exactly.
5 fouls on the same play. Now, what did I teach him before the game? There you go. Oh, yep, that's how it was.
Well, remember that play? Came for about 7.5 minutes, and now the ball went off the foot, the kick.
A little bit of extra pressure there from Jason Castro, and the crowd are pumped up.
By the way, just as a reminder, at halftime, Iraq were 5 of 13 from the free throw line. And the Philippines were 6 of 8. And as good as Kevin Galloway was in most areas of the game, free throw shooting was not one of them. He was 5 of 10.
Yeah, that's not good at all. That's sort of territory you start wincing, really.
Castro for 3. And now Galloway goes behind the back. Oh, beautiful pass, wide open. Ishmael did not take it with confidence. You can see it. Stan Hardinger gets it over to Norwood. Cruz back to Stan Hardinger. Again, pump fake, gets inside. And
super move.
Up at the Gilas crowd.
Ali Hamid is beside himself because he's asking the referees to protect him with the arm that he says Stan Hardinger's using. The off arm to ease the defense away. That's what Ali Hamid's upset with.
Well, I think it's the biggest lead of the game. It is indeed. Philippines had gone up by 3 in the first half. Now they're on top by 7. Galloway has the 15 points to lead the way for Iraq. You know, Coach Mustafa Darin bears a resemblance to Sergio Valdiomillos, in my opinion, the coach of Mexico. That's what I always think of when I see him.
Look-alike time, is it?
Yeah, what's the word? It's a doppelganger?
Yeah. Jeff, going back to Philippines' inability to score with inside the three-point line, you see some highlights. Here's the dunk from Al-Khafaji. Well, I think they've gone 4 of 5 to start this second half from inside the arc, and much of that goes down to Carl Standhardinger. There's the dunk from up above from Al-Khafaji. Hamid's in the game now, 13 with the ball. No Galloway yet there, Jeff. Where is he going to enter the game?
Al-Jabouri drives in, is fouled by Wright. Or is it a foul on Stan Hardinger?
I think it's Wright, isn't it?
Boxing out.
He's right on the reach. Yeah, it is 35.
Right with the wrong stuff. Abdullah, they could really use his offense. He hasn't really got going yet today. He really got it going in the second half against Qatar.
Need to get this ball reversed here.
Oh, the read from Hamad. And good effort. And you know, it was his defense that really helped turn the tide the other day against Qatar.
Big couple of minutes here for Iraq, trying to get back in this game. 7 points down. The momentum all with the Filipinos.
Here comes Galloway. KG steps back and passes. Al-Jabouri, he gets in the lane, puts it up. Well, did all the tough work, then he got inside and the ball didn't go down.
Did everything right, didn't he, except that getting that ball to finish in.
Now Wright. Castro back to Wright, steps into it. Oh, just a little long. Uh-oh, behind the back. It's KG time. Al-Jabouri again drives in. Galloway couldn't quite get it. Oh, and Castro taps it ahead, and Hamad wisely.
Now, nobody's got possession, Jeff, so the shot clock stays at 11.
And the question is, are they aware of it?
Gonna put a bit of full court pressure too.
Oh, look at there, Romeo come up with a pick and scores. Well, that's costly from Abdullah.
That's a highlight play right there.
That really is.
Matt Wright's just been warned about, well, they're going to play on without the referee touching it. Matt Wright's been warned for touching the ball coming out of the bucket.
And he needs to be.
Yeah. Look at this. The steal. And a little reverse layup. It's poetry in motion. Look, just you don't get to see it.
Yeah, if you're listening and you know who you are, that was a highlight. Now, Hamad. Hamza hasn't done anything offensively. And call for the travel.
And the pressure's on now, isn't it? The screw has been turned well and truly in favor of the Gilas. And Al-Khafaji comes in. That moment there, that couple of minutes there for Ali Hamid was not as successful as the first half, and Ali Hamid's getting a bit of a chewing out from Coach Duren.
Again, Romeo drifts in, puts it up. Uh-oh. Romeo, where have you been, Romeo? And now he's got 7 points. fake. And Hamad just a little too hard.
I think somebody's pushed Al Kafaji in the back. Is it Norwood, perhaps? Yeah, I think it's Gabe Norwood's picked up that one. That's gone against Cruz, Jeff. Number 4 for Philippines. 2-3 zone on the inbound here.
And the ball goes into the corner. Oh, interception, Hamad. Oh, Hamad. Too unselfish. He had to shoot it. Romeo for 3. Good! Romeo! Terrence Romeo is back with a vengeance. He is owning the third quarter.
Oh, what a second half he's having. He's really lit this place up. Something's happened here. Somebody said something to Romeo as they've jogged back. Look at that pump fake. 7 goes flying through.
This was him again. Look at this. He was complaining as he walked back to the bench that he got tripped. Watch this. Watch this. See if it. Nope, we don't see it. Timeout Iraq. All of a sudden, it's looking difficult. Romeo had all of 3 points at halftime. And now look at him. 7 points in the first 5 minutes and 56 seconds of the third quarter.
I think we spoke against the China game that with Romeo and Castro at the 1-2, they are pretty special. And that was the reason that we've seen this huge momentum swing in this game in favor of the Gilas. Because those two are on the floor at the same time. And Galloway. How many times we said the word Galloway in the second half? Probably not many. He needs to take a bit more control now.
Oh, Abdullah been very quiet today. And backup point guard. And another turnover right into the hands. And boy, it has been a nightmare third quarter for Iraq.
Jeff, you wouldn't think this is the same team, would you?
No.
As the first half. It's a good little matchup here.
Romeo this time gets rejected.
Galloway sized that one up very early, made sure that wasn't going to get anywhere near the bucket. Here you see it again, little no look, a look away, no pass. And Galloway said nope.
And the jump shot. Norwood gets it back to Stan Hardinger. And they are just blowing this thing wide open. There's no stopping them. 51-35.
And that is definitely not going to get the job done.
I don't think we saw it coming quite this decisively, did we?
No. This is how good this team is. They turn it on quickly and in a hurry. That's what China found out in the first half, really. Maybe that game against China was tough to repeat.
Cruz control.
Wow.
Fouled while shooting the three-pointer.
Al Kafaji's fourth foul, Jeff. It's a huge one. It could be good night Iraq on this one.
It is. It's good night, Irene. I can't see him coming back from this. Well, Galloway's trying to get him together, but it just seems like it keeps getting worse before it gets better.
Yeah, 4 fouls for Kafaji. That's Coach Mustafa Derin's not going to make a move just yet. He's still got 2:55 left of the third period. He's going to let it roll, maybe. Now here he comes. Ali Hamid's in.
Look, Cruz is such a good shooter, but he bricked the free throw. Well, he's gone now. The foul called on Al Kafaji. fighting for position.
Wow. It's a tough one. You know, Cruz, he was getting in there. I'm not sure. Cruz took a shot, but
Boy, when it rains, it pours, doesn't it?
there's a lesson for all coaches out there when you know, do you let a player go and fall down the defensive end?
Even you just sit him down for a minute if you want to leave him out there and bring him back. I don't know, Mick. I mean, I can't see this Iraq team coming back from this, so I don't even know if that really hurts them.
This is going to be difficult now, but like I said, I'm not an expert. Anything can happen.
Romeo. Cruz back to Romeo. Oh! And fouled once again from behind the arc. They're so hot. The Iraqis are so desperate.
And it's the second time an Iraqi player has fouled on the three-point line and looked around as if to say, I didn't touch him. So it'll be interesting to see what contact. Here we go. Let's have a look, Jeff.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a foot touch. It's a foul every time.
Come on, it's not even that. He barged into him.
And the other thing, Jeff, it's quite dangerous when you get those feet underneath the shooter.
Yeah, come on. You can't get that close. That's all. Who was it?
Kawhi Leonard.
Sergei Gladier.
Kawhi Leonard in the NBA.
Sergei Gladier for Ukraine had to leave the World Cup. Got knocked out of the World Cup from that back in 2014 in Bilbao, playing against Finland when a player undercut him. It's a nasty play. Nasty. The big nasty. There you go, Romeo. He makes the second one. And they just keep pouring it on. Philippines could be dangerous, even, they could be dangerous against anybody if they start making shots.
Absolutely.
21-0 run since 8:33 remained in the third quarter.
Jeff, I always say when you have great guards, you can go anywhere. And they've got rebounding along with those great guards. They've got a good three-man in two, in fact, Waiver and Norwood.
And Hamza drives in, denied. Now Romeo. And Hamad comes from behind and takes it away.
He plays well, Hamad, doesn't he? Hustles.
Yeah, he does. Makes the odd bad decision, but
a few more than odd.
Not for a lack.
No, exactly right.
Effort.
Iraq have scored 4 points this quarter.
Al-Jabori misses. But you've got to compare. You've got to look at the situation here. Experience. There's a lot of different factors in play here. If you just talk about FIBA events, the Philippines have been at those events, been getting to the podium of the Asia Cups. Oh, look at that. Roger Pagoy says, I'll take that. And yes, he does.
Yeah, pure dominance right now. Pure dominance. Dangerous team, this Philippines team. Great look, great look.
A little too long.
He deserves some luck in this game. Something going his way. I'm sure it'll come later in the tournament. Well, Galloway's been sat down for the first time this tournament.
Yeah, you may as well sit him down now. And the three-pointer from Hamad. Well, you got to keep playing. You never give up.
No, try. It's only 18. A couple of buckets, you're back at 10 points.
Philippines.
Oh, what a shot.
Oh! Would they have counted that, or was that before the shot? No, it was before.
Romeo complaining to the referee. Give me the free throws, baby. I think it's 2 shots anyway, isn't it? For the they're in the bonus.
Do you get the? I mean, is it just me, or have another couple of hundred Filipinos come into the arena?
Yeah, they're in, Jeff.
It's growing.
Jeff, that's got to be 2 shots. Yeah. Romeo knows what's going on. He's just gone straight to the line. Just wait for the referees to catch up. Almathon's in the game, Jeff. He didn't. He got yanked in the first half for something he did wrong. I thought he played with unbelievable against the Chinese. A couple of great dunks.
Yeah, he did. He was awesome off the bench. But hasn't really needed to be today. Terrence Romeo makes the second. And
Abueva's got this foul. Abueva's got a foul, Jeff, for pushing on the offensive rebound. Pushing in the back. He didn't do much. I was watching it. Didn't do much wrong. And he's got that feeling of
the world's against me now.
Yeah, exactly right. Just needs to.
They're slow to register the foul on the board, though.
I'm not sure the referee went over and Abueva's going to go out. That's tough.
Okay, yeah, here they put it on there. Well, you know what? If you're going to get 4 fouls and you're going to get ejected from a game like you did the day before, unsportsmanlike. So you'd rather it happen in games like yesterday or 2 days ago and today.
No, I think it's just it's a regular lineup. Look, nobody's realized it's a regular lineup.
Oh, they thought it was unsportsmanlike.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what it confused.
They thought it was a foul on Calvin then.
Yeah. Okay, so no unsportsmanlike.
No, there was nothing in it. There's just a little bit of jostling for position.
Calvin Abueva was barking at the referee. He's just frustrated. He'll be back in 2 days.
Time.
Now back to Almathon. Gets it over to Pagoy, who drifts in. He scores.
Super shot. Oh, and a steal from down the bottom here.
Jala.
Yeah, Jalalon. He's going to dribble around for half an hour too, just to celebrate the fact.
There he goes.
Nice pass.
Pump fake. Matt Wright. And Iraq must be thinking, gosh, what did we do to deserve this type of eruption from the Philippines? Because it has been breathtaking.
Yes, it has. You know, and half of me says at some point in that second, the third period, halfway through it, Kevin Galloway needed to be more of a presence.
Well, I think he tried to be more assertive overall today. I don't know if it was.
Well, Jeff, how many times you got low post passes with that body? Once.
Yeah, but you know what? The point was made to me because I was discussing with one of the coaches here. I said, why don't they post him up more? You know, we saw him score in the low post, and they said they don't have the players that can get him the ball. What do you think?
Yep. No problem. No, I'm right on that. I mean,
that's why.
Maybe you could use your bigs to get him the ball. Oh, Romeo, good through the legs. Oh,
Romeo,
come on, no.
Romeo. Oh, a little too hard.
Show me that one again. That went through somebody's legs. Spectacular.
Did he nutmeg him, or is that only in football?
Yeah.
60-40, Philippines in command against Iraq with 10 minutes to go. So I'm just looking at, since it looks like the Philippines have this game in hand, as you look at some of the highlights, I was thinking about, you know, later this year, you may not be aware of this, but they're going to be some World Cup qualifiers. And as it relates to these two teams, the Philippines and Iraq, the Philippines are going to play in Group B with Japan, Chinese Taipei, and guess what? Australia. Now that's going to be a game, isn't it? You know, when they play in the Philippines, they're going to play. I'll tell you when they're going to play, but let me just say first that Iraq are in Group D.
I've got it here, Jeff, actually.
Iraq will be in Group D with Qatar, Kazakhstan, and Iran.
So
and they've got a better group, really, for them.
Philippines will play Chinese Taipei at home on the 27th of November. Book your tickets now. And then they will play away to Japan on the 24th. So 3 days previous, that'll be in Japan.
And when are they playing against the Philippines?
Who?
Australia.
Oh, sorry. Australia will play the Philippines on the 22nd of February at home. And then the game in the Philippines against Australia will be the 2nd of July, so next summer. So they'll play in the second and third windows.
So that is an exciting prospect for certainly the Australian national team. They're going to be able to go to play in the Philippines.
Exciting stuff, because that'll be one of the biggest. I would imagine that will be one of the biggest crowds in the World Cup qualifying
yeah, it will
tournament.
It will be. And Al-Mathon standing his ground, and no need for Ali Hamid to go at it. You know what? I mean, they're getting hammered right now, so nobody likes to
watch
have
Ali Hamid's left hand, Jeff. See his left hand just pushing away on Al-Mathon's right arm. Al-Mathon's saying, listen, I didn't cause any contact. It was all offensive contact.
I like the attitude of Ali Hamid, though. He's got that tough guy, enforcer look. Look at that. Just blows his hands off. He steps up to the line. He says, right, let's go. Bend the knees. Oh, he bricked that one. But I think the Philippines were in the lane too soon, so he'll get to do it again.
I think it's who was flying in there? It was Jalalon was flying in for the rebound. He's on the three-point line, so he must have come in, got a good old run at that one.
Oh, that time was too short. But, you know, talking about those World Cup qualifiers, Iraq, it looks like they have a more favorable, or perhaps a better chance of winning games when they've got Qatar and Kazakhstan in their group along with Iran.
Yes, indeed, and they will open up with Iran at home. Wow.
Castro, air ball. Galloway.
So Iraq will play Iran, the very opening game of that of the World Cup qualifiers. Incredible. And so Iraq will play at home to Iran and then travel to Kazakhstan 3 days later. This will be the Air Miles World Cup qualifying tournament, won't it? It'll be just incredible.
And
Jeff Galloway in the low post.
Again.
Somebody got him the ball, Jeff.
So they should go to that then. I'm going to go have a word with that coaching expert.
And Hamid back on the line again. This is good to see for the
well, it's good if he makes it.
The big 1-3 from Iraq.
He needs to make it though. And he doesn't. He's now missed 2 of his last 3.
And this game is the first. He didn't go to the free throw line in game 1, so he's unfamiliar territory for him.
By the way, you know the crossover, it'll be A and C in the World Cup qualifiers.
Yep.
And it'll be B and D.
So will that bring these two teams potentially into contention with each other again?
What it means is that, for example,
yes, it will,
New Zealand and Australia would avoid each other, I think.
Well, these two teams could potentially come up against each other in that second round of qualifying. Because they're both in B and D.
Oh, the explosion down the middle.
Nice play from Jalalon there. Little teardrop. Well, that might get intercepted. Yeah, good play.
Sneak in there and intercept it.
Galloway stood watching the ball. Oh, Jalalon again.
Oh, hands it off, and Al-Mathon goes up for the left-handed jam.
He says, Mr. Ali Hamid, that's how you throw it down. That's how you finish.
And now Galloway's pass intercepted by Wright. And Hamad reaches in.
He called a travel. Travel, I think it was, yeah.
I see, well, I guess I haven't given up the ghost, so that's why you're going to play your frontline men. I'm surprised you would take Hamad out in this situation because he seems to be built for this type of game.
Here's the penetration from Jalalon, and Al-Mathon says, yeah, thank you very much. Oh,
he's very long, isn't he?
Yeah. Just drops it in.
Tell you what, you got Al-Mathon. Oh, look at Galloway. Oh, Mr. Galloway. A little bit of KG coming in from the right. Thank you very much.
And from the post up, Jeff. Thank you. I mean, we're gonna go at it again. You know, all of a sudden we didn't see any of this. We didn't even see Galloway touch the ball third quarter hardly. But now he's got the ball. Now this team looks a different prospect.
And now he takes his time. 17 points, 18 points now, 13 rebounds.
Back to 20 as well. Probably a little too much too late for this team, but all you can do is now is just keep playing hard and get ready for the next game maybe. Oh, stop it.
Oh,
Jalalon.
goodness me. Where is he bringing it from? Al-Jabouri has to deal with Jalalon bringing it up. Abdullah finally gets one to fall. Well, never say never.
Well, he was
66-47.
He was 3 for 8 in the first game.
They gave him a 2 on that?
No, it was yes, I think it was a 3. Yep. Travel there against Giovanni Jalalon.
Got a little Italian in him with a name like Giovanni, or is it?
You would think so, wouldn't you? You never know.
Abdullah, another one. And his coach has both hands, arms wide open, saying, why? But you're behind. Abdullah says, I just made one. Ali Hamid reaches from behind, knocks it out of bounds. And now, who's this? Mr. Aguilar goes baseline.
That's a big, strong move, isn't it? The Rock have had no answers really to Japeth Aguilar underneath the bucket.
Galloway pulls up mid-range.
It's tough, isn't he? From about 15 to 18 foot, Kevin Galloway can really drop a J.
4 of 6 inside the arc now. Also hit those threes earlier today. Castro out to right, steps in, goes back over to the men in green.
Yeah, good execution all round there. Zone busting team, this Philippine. They penetrate with the pass, the dribble, and then hit the open man for the J. Unfortunately for Wright, didn't quite go down. Is Galloway going to pull up here, stop and pop?
He does indeed. And that gets it back even closer, 68-52. Well, they get a stop here.
Norwood's coming back in. A couple of starters coming back in for the Philippines. Chuck Ray's has seen this all before. Can't take their eyes off the prize.
Castro, bounce pass, and rejected this time. Ball goes out of bounds. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Look at that.
3 subs in the game, Jeff. So the starting 5 is back in for the Philippines. That's a big, big move for Chuck Ray's. He's sensed a little bit of a Kevin Galloway comeback. Now that 5th foul for Al Kafaji, Jeff. Would you want it back as coach? Would you sit him down with 4 fouls now?
Maybe. Castro misses, but Stan Hardinger is there for the board. And boy, that's a tough rebound not to collect if you're Iraq. Yeah, you definitely would have preferred to have had him as an option. And by not collecting that rebound, it cost him 3 points.
Yes, it did. Normal service restored.
Hamza, take that.
And that might be his
First three.
Best contribution of the night for Ali Hamza. Karan Hamza.
Stan Hardinger tries to spin. Castro. Norton pulls up, misses badly. And Al-Jaburi with the rebound. Number 14 is the big that's come in. And which offensive?
So 14. From Hussein Hassan Al-Gabouri. His first foul of the game. Not sure what he's doing. Setting a screen, possibly.
Most likely. Look at those Gilas fans. They're enjoying themselves. The delights of Beirut. Romeo looks it off and looks over at the crowd after he drills another one. He connects.
Yeah, back-to-back threes.
Long distance.
Back-to-back threes for the Gilas, Jeff, and all of a sudden we're this one's done and dusty. Do you think? A little bit of resistance for Iraq, but easily dealt with once the starters came back in.
Romeo again. Hamza. They've got a pulse. Al-Jaburi. But they need a basket. Oh, they get it. And a three-point play, and all of a sudden Hamza finds his A game.
Yeah, Matt Wright just gave up with the ghost here defensively. Looked like he had Hamza covered, and Hamza just managed to wriggle around. Little reach from Wright at the end, drew the foul.
Your hope, if you're an Iraqi fan, is that your team, even if you don't win this game, that you don't let it affect your confidence.
Tell you what, when they play China, that's going to be a game.
Yeah, because you
that's
got
going to be
two
a game.
distinct. It seems to us that China struggle in the intensity department.
Yeah, and they're playing a team that oozes intensity.
Yeah, that's the main
That's
weapon.
Fire, my goodness me. Yeah, and you get Kevin Galloway.
Oh, Hamza. You got to make that. 74-57, the free throw agony today for this for this Iraqi team. If they'd only made their free throws, where would they be? I'll tell you where they'd be. Iraq today are 11 of 24. They've lost 13 points at the line. 11 of 25 now after that last miss. Into Romeo, short.
Romeo can't believe he missed such an easy chippy. Great ball movement from the Gilas.
Oh, Galloway, a little bit short. We'll forgive you, Kevin, because you know what? On balance, you've been very good today. That's what the fans say. And he's going to come out.
Yeah, he's going to take a rest now. I think this will be his day's work done.
Daffer has come in. It's his replacement. Daffer Nalres. Cruz is in. Roger Pagoy's the boy. He gets it over to Norwood. And Fayetteville's finest misses. Now over to Pagoy, the boy! Roger over and out. 77-57. Hamza goes right at Stan Hardinger. They're going to count it, and they're going to call the block. And you know what? You know what that reminds me of?
Bad call.
That's the spot where El Khatib last night went into.
It's jinx spot, right? You tell me, don't take a charge there because you're not going to get a call.
Exactly.
Stan Hardigan can't believe he's over to the referee. Say, ref, what have I got to do? Here's the replay,
and the ref says,
"Oh my goodness."
But the ref says, don't worry, man. Look at the scoreboard.
Yes.
You're way up. No need to complain. You get a lot, you know. Name of the game is winning, and you guys are winning big style. Nevertheless, Hamza has rediscovered his mojo.
Yeah, had a good little 2 or 3 minutes, Hamza.
He's back to 17. It's probably too little, too late.
Oh, he shouldn't be fouling here. Al Jabouri and Romeo having a little bit of, they're all going to die. Oh, my goodness me. What is going on? Come on, fellas.
Cruz, don't lose control. And look, Abueva. 1, 2, 3, 4. Was Abueva already out there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
I know, but I hate to. Okay, Abueva's the peacemaker here. He's calling.
What happened was Al Jabouri fouled Romeo. Then the two of them trotted towards the free throw line together. Al Jabouri walking backwards. Now, whether words were said, but Al Jabouri stood his ground. And that's when a little bit of ticky-tack contact happened between the two, and then all of a sudden everybody got involved. So nothing really.
Much ado about nothing.
England would say handbags at 10 paces. It was a real nothing event, yeah.
Who says that?
Not me.
Handbags
at 10 paces.
Roger Picoy walks off. He's smiling, joking with the referee about something. You know, we haven't even had to mention Junmar Fajardo because the Philippines have been able to win without the big fella. Look at him. The big giant standing behind the bench. He's thinking, you guys don't need me. You're 2-0, baby.
Might need him late in the tournament, though. We're trying to.
They might. You're right.
This is what we think may happen in terms of matchups. If Philippines would have come top, we figure they'll go and play one of the other teams. We think they'll be.
Galloway with the 23 today, by the way.
Yeah, I think Lebanon will play Taipei if they come second. Japan may be playing Korea in a play-in. China, Syria, and Jordan, Iraq might be a matchup in the knockout stages. That'll be an interesting game.
Clasico.
Yep.
El Clasico.
And the winner of which will go to New Zealand, Jeff. So so the winner of Jordan, Iraq, if my analysis is correct here, would play New Zealand. And the winner of China, Syria would play Australia. The Philippines would get matched up with.
What about those Filipino fans? Look at them.
Love it. Love it. Well, they love it. If they get a nice juicy quarterfinal, the winner of maybe Japan or Korea.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought that might make you turn, yeah.
Succulent. Makes the, whets the appetite, doesn't it?
It does.
The taste buds.
A lot of big games to come here. Ooh.
Abueva. Oh, careful.
Touchdown.
I thought he may have hit Norwood in the head with that pass.
Keep your eye on it, Gabe. Gabe was about to shoot it, I think. Best pass he's got all night.
Ooh, little fake, little drive, little basket for Iraq's number 11, Daffer. Now race. Now back to 15 points.
Didn't play either against Qatar, so it's getting a little reminder to coach that I can play a bit.
Abueva gets inside.
And at last, Calvin Abueva gets some love going his way, doesn't he? A call, he'll get to the free throw line.
Well, he goes to the line.
Jeff, you showed me that replay of that film of
Li Ming getting the shot.
Li Gen and Abueva. You know, there has to be said that Abueva took a shot from Li Gen.
Yeah, he did.
Now, whether his reaction was proportionate to what happened, you know, that sort of thing, you get him down the other end of the floor, don't you? Get him back with an elbow. But yeah, he was definitely.
That's what I mean. I was, we did not have all the angles, so I was.
Well, that should be picked up by the referees. That elbow thrown to his jaw.
Yeah, it was missed. Roger Pagoi. Oh boy, another three. Boy, they have got some guys coming off the bench today. They have.
Well, you don't make this team unless you can shoot from the perimeter. That's for sure. That's number one priority. That's the tick the box number one. Can you shoot the ball?
And Abueva comes in, gets the rebound.
Priority box number two. Can you rebound? Box number three. Can you play D?
They're going to look back at this Iraq and think, goodness me, what happened in the third quarter?
Well, they get 7 points, 8 points.
28-9, they were outscored.
Aguilar sits down, Jeff, and Almathan comes back in.
Second one is there. So it's 82-62, and Abueva has got 2 points. Timeout. What would you have predicted scoreline before this game, or margin rather?
10 points.
10.
Yeah.
So they've actually. They just got they got it going so well in that third quarter.
Yeah, it was pretty special, wasn't
Maybe
it?
I would say their best period in this event, but they actually came
they-
out very well against China.
Oh yeah, they put some tremendous first 2 quarters against China were outstanding, weren't they? Third quarter perhaps belonged to China, and in the fourth quarter they did enough.
This Filipino team will take on anybody. They'll take on the dream team if they have to.
And you know what? And they get Jumar Fiado back in. It's a real deal team. They got the size there to cope with some of the bigger teams. They've undoubtedly got the perimeter players, probably some of the best in the tournament, if not the best in the tournament.
Ismail pulls up on the baseline. Silky smooth.
Good looking move, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ismail. Quiet game, had a big game yesterday to start things off against Qatar, but
hasn't been able to really get it much of an impact today. Another 3 attempt. Good rebounding from Duffer.
Almathan, I think, gets this foul. He's looking a little quizzical around to everybody. Going to walk down the other end for shots. Everybody looks up at the scoreboard and says, come on, let's just keep things moving along here.
What time's the next one tip off? MB? 6 or 6:30?
And it is Jordan versus,
I'll tell you, 6:30.
I should
India.
know. Jordan versus India, thank you, yeah. And the final game tonight, Iran versus, what's wrong with me? Iran versus Syria, Jeff.
Absolutely.
Almathan trying to dip one in there on the with his extendability. Cruz with the foul here. There's 43 seconds left. The Philippines can't get out of here without the whistle going. They've got to just knuckle down and play some defense. Keep the clock running. Free throw good for Hamza.
They've kind of stabilized things here. They've made it more respectable, and It's not necessarily a bad thing for them. They haven't.
It makes you wonder where it went wrong in that third period, didn't it? What could they have done different?
Posted up Galloway, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. Or get him the ball at least. Get him in areas where he can score, where he can make a difference.
Now it's a 14-point game. Abueva, pump fake. And the trip was called on
Al-Gaburi.
Yeah,
he's saying that I moved my feet out of the way, but Abueva definitely tripped on something.
Yeah, for us big folks, sometimes your feet, they happen to be out there. Sometimes you don't realize and people will trip over you.
Or trip over your own feet sometimes in my case.
Absolutely. So Abueva getting the feel-good factor back. He's got 3 points.
I think everyone's been a free throw, hasn't he? He's 3 of 5 now. He's missed a couple of freebies. You won't want to foul out, will he? He's got 4 fouls and 31 seconds left. That's one thing you won't want to leave the game with. What's happened here? Referees want him subbed out. I think there's blood on him. He can't. There's nothing in Calvin Abueva's life that's going right. He can't even take his second free throw. He's got some blood, and the referees want him out.
Calvin. Poor guy. I have to admit, he's a bit unlucky. And Cruz is only too happy to step up and take the shot.
Yeah, they're all queuing up to get in there. Romeo, is it? Castro's not scored, Jeff. That's why Castro's come in. He's the only outside of Fallardo. Is the only one that's not scored.
Cruz is not happy about that. He wanted that.
There you go. He's got his point. He looks over to the bench with a big smile. Sit back in the zone. Castro says no foul.
Castro hasn't fouled. Hasn't scored.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I was about to make the comment about a minute or so. Well, there's no chance of him coming back in to get the points, but of course, little did I know.
Ismail's got it. Nope. And that's how it's going to finish, folks. 84-68. The Philippines beat Iraq. They turn on the style in the third quarter when they outscored the men in green 28-9. Look at Abueva. He's still getting that explanation. It's a mixture of comedy and frustration for him, I'm afraid, as he walks off the court. But what you got to do is tip your hat to the Philippines, because I think their class told in the second half. They were able to turn it up a notch, and Iraq weren't able to match them. But Iraq, they're 1-1, and they'll be okay as long as they keep their heads up and maintain that confidence. They need to come back strong next time. Great game overall for Kevin Galloway. KG with the 23 points, 14 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks.
Pretty good all-round game from KG.
Yep, they don't call him KG for nothing. And you got to say Stan Hardinger was also right at the flashpoint, or right at the turning point, was the man with the plan. 16 points, 7 boards. They went off. He went off at the right time. Romeo had the 17 points. Look at those fans. They love him. They love him. God, they're like rock stars. Look at them.
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
Filipinos. I want to be a Filipino basketball player. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Well, I don't think Romeo has a problem getting a date tonight. Look at that. Cruz. Look at that. They can't get enough of him. They're proud of their boys. Oh, so proud of Gilas.
Goodness knows what's going to happen if they make the semifinals, for instance. It could basically go crazy.
Do us a favor, stick around for the next game. Well, there you go, folks. Convincing win for the Philippines, 84-68, 2-0 now. Team that finished runners-up at the last two FIBA Asia Cups. They've beaten China, they've beaten Iraq, and the question is, how far can this Filipino team go? The team that played at the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Of course, this is a team that has no Blatch, but it does have a guy who goes by the name of Stan Hardinger, who had 16 points and 7 rebounds today, and looks to be a good fit, to be honest. So this is a Filipino team that perhaps is switching gears a little bit and changing on the fly, and they look pretty good. And they will have one more game coming up, and they will be favorites, no doubt about it, in their next one when they take on Qatar. And that'll be on Sunday. So one final time as you watch the rest of the highlights, it's the Philippines winning it 84-68. They remain unbeaten, and Iraq, they fall to 1-1. Thanks for watching.